Urbana High School's Blackman Field, we welcome you to tonight's presentation of varsity soccer. Today, the visiting Centennial Chargers take on our Urbana Tigers. Hello, everybody. I'm Joey Wright. Stephen Thompson will join us in just a few moments. He's running a little late this evening, but it's my honor to welcome you, the viewers, to our game tonight. Urbana enters this game undefeated. Centennial comes in looking for what would be a pretty big upset, so we'll see if they can get it done. Looks like they will start with the ball here in today's game. Could be wrong here, we'll see. And I was wrong. So right out of the gate, looks like Urbana will start with possession. This is Lateef Bridgewater inside the center circle. He's ready to kick things off, and we are glad to have you with us for tonight's soccer contest. Beautiful evening in Urbana, and Lateef kicks it off. We are underway. Urbana scored in 11 seconds when we saw them in action on Saturday against Bremen. They won't score quite as quickly here. It's Ben and Anderson. Anderson back to Magnus Parente. And Parente will kick it out of bounds, so Centennial will get a goal kick here in the opening seconds. As I mentioned, I'm Joey Wright. Stephen Thompson running just a bit late. Jenna Horner is on our camera this evening. Big thanks to her as we see the ball kicked. Solid amount of yardage. Sam Arend is there to kick it. And here's Centennial. See how the Urbana defense does in their first test of the evening. It goes out of our field of vision here, obstructed by the soccer press box, ironically. And Centennial with a good chance to score. They kick it over the goal. Hard to make out the numbers on these Centennial kits. Centennial obviously in the blue and powdered blue, Urbana in the white and black. Here's Artem Burnett. Good kick from Artem. Had a chance to speak with Artem on the field before the game during his warm-up at halftime of the JV game, and I asked Artem, how are you feeling about the game tonight? He just simply replied, good. And that was that. And kicked out of bounds by Nakai Smith. Bounds. Thrown in by Centennial. Their roster does not have numbers on it, so that's fun. And here's Michael Lorenis Leach. They call him Michael John. Now it goes to Lateef, and Roman Minyev falls down. Looked like he got tripped. And I believe the referees agree. Here's Pablo Diaz, who had a goal on Saturday against Bremen in the Urbana tournament. The tournament that Urbana won, I should point out. Defeated St. Thomas More on Friday night, Bremen on Saturday morning, and I believe it was Muhammad Seymour on Saturday afternoon as this ball is kicked on to Michigan. And up Centennial goes with it. Can't see where the ball is here. Now it's thrown in. And here's Centennial. We'll see what Urbana can do. This is Bennett Anderson forcing a turnover. Nice move from him. He will kick it across to a Centennial player, and here goes Centennial. Jesus de la Cruz there to break it up. Good chance for Centennial here, and Artem will come up and glove it. He will punt it away. Here's Artem. High punt, didn't go very far, not one of his better punts. Still went to the 45, nearly the 50-yard line. Bennett Anderson will throw it in for Urbana. Bennett, one of the key cogs in the Urbana offensive machine. So far, the Urbana offense hasn't been able to make quite the imprint that they would have liked, but we're still early on here, as that's Minyev falling down again, second time he's done so today, but he got back up. Didn't really fall all the way down there. Fell most of the way down. And here's Centennial, and our apologies, the Centennial roster in front of me does not have numbers on it. We will try to get that rectified at the half. In the meantime, I can tell you from memory, having done the lineups on the PA system, that was Francisco Andrade, with that shot that went wide right. I know that Isaac Soloveichik is number 26. And if Magnus Parente is to be believed, I think he should be one of the key players to watch for Centennial. We'll see how that plays out. This shot's going to go wide to the left, and Artem will retrieve it and kick it away. .34 and 20 seconds left in the first period. So almost, but not quite, 6 minutes gone by here. Nice breeze in the air here in Urbana, Illinois tonight as the sun continues to set to the west. Breeze is blowing out north. And almost a chance for Parente. He came in sliding and couldn't quite make contact with the ball, so it will go out of bounds. Centennial will take over. Very nearly a goal for Urbana, but it was not quite meant to be. As we have retrieved a new Centennial roster with numbers on it. Credit to Jason Liggett for retrieving that for me. Kicked away by Centennial. Pretty good chance to score for Andrade there, but he couldn't capitalize on it. Centennial still with the ball and a good chance, or as good of a chance that they've had. Artem will come up, get a glove on it, 2 gloves on it, and punt it away. Coach Blackman, Urbana's coach, very audible during the games. Even though he is more than 50 yards away from us, we can still hear him as if we were sitting on the bench. Good kick from Magnus. No one was there to get it. And Centennial will kick it nearly out of bounds. It's kept in by Andrade there, number 25. But Urbana's number 25, Nakai Smith, was also there to contest that. Looks like it'll be Centennial ball. .32 minutes left, first period. Centennial's come out of the gates pretty strong. They've seemed to have a better control of the ball than Urbana has thus far. I would imagine that Centennial's time of possession is much, much greater than what Urbana has shown at this point. As Artem Burnett will punt it away. And a solid effort by Artem finds Roman Minyev. Now, here's Sam Arend. Over to Jesus de la Cruz and now up to Latif Bridgewater. Latif had himself a goal on Saturday as part of the Tigers' 3-1 effort in the game that we covered. Stephen Thompson has arrived. I imagine he will pick up a microphone at any moment. Stephen's in the house, he proclaims as he hoists himself atop the press box. Here's Arend. And good chance for Centennial here. Sam Arend will kick it and find Bennett Anderson, who will kick it down the field right to number 10, Diarmid Riley. As we welcome in Stephen Thompson. Stephen, a little late to the party, but you didn't miss a whole lot. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm doing good, Joey. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a good day.
Yes, indeed.
Certainly. Here's Artem. And as Stephen joins us, we remind the viewers just joining us as well that 30 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. And a good kick from Artem. Stephen, the Urbana players were pretty confident heading into this one, but they haven't quite gotten off to maybe the start they would have liked. And obviously that would include a goal or two. But they were pretty confident heading into this one.
I think they be able to bring out the W tonight if we just play as one unit, as Coach Blackman was saying earlier.
Definitely. Tigers coming off a good showing in the Urbana tournament, the 5th annual Urbana Invitational contested this past weekend. Also some big wins against St. Thomas More and Urbana University High School this past Tuesday. That was a 3-1 win as well for the Tigers on Tuesday night. I was not here at Blackman Field for that one, but
I was in attendance.
Yep. I know Uni likes to talk some trash before their contest with us in soccer, but we were able to take them to school and get the W on Tuesday. Here is Pablo Diaz. He'll kick it from the 22-yard line for football. And he just pooches it up right for Bennett Anderson, but it's intercepted. And Michael Lorenas-Leach. Michael John will throw it in. Michael, a big Cowboys fan. And goes out of bounds. He'll throw it in again.
Pablo Diaz is going to throw it in.
And gloved by the Centennial goalie. I believe that's, I want to say Christian Contreras, but could be wrong. There's no specified goalie on this Centennial roster. So here's Latif. He'll get to it. I don't think he's got a very good chance to score there, and he does not. Not presently. Out of bounds off of Centennial, so it's Michael going to throw it in. .37:35 left first half. And it'll be Pablo Diaz throwing it in instead as Michael hands him the ball, so Pablo will throw it in. And Pablo, a good throw, headed away by Centennial. Pablo will get it back, puts up a shot that goes wide to the left from our vantage point. And Centennial, just like that, will punt it away. 3-1, a very popular score around here for the Tigers. The junior varsity team took home a 3-1 win just moments ago, moments before the start of this kickoff. So congratulations to the JV team.
This soccer program has pretty good talent.
Right.
Even though we've lost key players in the past for whether it's junior varsity or varsity, Coach Blackman still managed how to keep his roster pretty active.
Well, certainly, Stephen, and that's a testament to just how good of a coach Coach Randy Blackman is in his final year at the helm of these Tigers. And even after he steps down at the end of the year, the program figures to be really strong in the years to come.
Yes.
Just it's the mark he's left. And also to your point, we've lost some key seniors over the years, but
yes,
that hasn't stopped us. We lost some key guys from 2 years ago. till last season, and we still went 19-4 and made a playoff run, and this team looks to be able to make a playoff run again this year. You know, knock on wood. We're undefeated at the moment, so I mean that to get a few games into the year without having a loss in that column is big.
Yes, very big. And the funny thing about Coach Blackman, he said he never played soccer in high school.
Coach Blackman was an avid wrestler, I believe, in his high school days. You know, had some great success at the collegiate level in wrestling.
But for his age, he can run the soccer field pretty fast.
Oh yeah, he can move. He can move. He can get around. Yeah. And he can also move behind the wheel. Driver's ed instructor at Urbana High School.
Great driver's ed instructor.
That he is.
Great coach too.
Man, he didn't teach me how to drive behind the wheel. It was Mr. Whited was my instructor, but his class. You learned some valuable things.
Yes. I think my driver instructor was Miss Murphy's husband.
Okay.
Because at first I had the lady, Miss Jones. But she, after you retire, you have so many days that you can work. And her time was up.
Well,
great kick by Pablo.
certainly. 24 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first half. No score to this point. One thing Coach Blackman doesn't teach you how to do is sing in the car. That all comes. I got to teach myself how to do that.
Yeah. Usually they don't let you listen to music and
No, that comes after you graduate the class.
Yeah, but for Mr. Murphy, we got to play the radio.
There you go. Yeah, some people like talk radio when they're driving, and I like to listen to ESPN radio from time to time. But I was driving earlier, and I was just jamming out to some Blink-182. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Here is Centennial pressing one of their better chances to score as of late. Goes to Logan Flessner of Urbana. And we'll see if they can get the ball kicked to the other side of the field. Magnus will do a pretty good job of that. And it looks like Centennial's regained control, but...
And, Tigers had an opportunity to score.
Almost another opportunity for Bennett Anderson there. He will keep it inbounds. A nice job from Bennett. And here goes Urbana. A chance to score, kicked away by the Chargers. So
I tell you, these soccer games here at Blackman Field are pretty intense.
They can get pretty intense for sure.
Yeah, whether it's boys or girls.
I've seen some tournament games going to penalty kicks. Love the penalty kicks.
Yeah, whenever I play FIFA, that game is not for me.
Now, speaking of FIFA, Magnus Parente about to take this corner, an avid player. I played him a few times, and he seems to have my number. We'll say that. And a good job by Centennial's goalie. Magnus is going to give chase to it here, and he is sprinting after the ball. It'll be Jesus de la Cruz kicking it out of bounds. A nice job by Urbana.
Great defense.
No, but I was nailing some songs in the car earlier. I mean, just crushing them. A near perfect, by my standards, rendition of All the Small Things, and did a pretty good job with Go as well.
That's one thing I haven't heard you do is sing.
Take a ride home with me or something sometime. I'll belt out a few tunes for you.
That indeed I would like to enjoy.
Here's Logan.
And they
will pass it back. I think that was intended
for Jose.
Oh, yeah. And here is Jesus de la Cruz. I've got to apologize. Freddie Lopez Turquios says number 23. I believe I've misidentified him as Jesus a few times to this point.
And
here's
Latif gave chase.
Almost got it away from Centennial here. Offsides against the Tigers.
I've never known any calls in soccer except handball.
I know offsides from my FIFA experiences, which aren't many. I'm a Madden guy.
Yeah, that indeed I gotta play you in.
Taking L is what you gotta do.
Please.
There's a header from Magnus.
Back-to-back headers.
Out of bounds. We approach the halfway point in this first half. A game that's gone by pretty quickly thanks to the lack of scoring on either side.
Pretty windy night here at Blackman Field.
Yeah, nice breeze. And it's almost a little chilly, not quite.
Yeah.
But I believe the temperature was about 70 degrees an hour or two ago. So I mean, it's cooling off.
Yeah, it was pretty warm. In our third hour PE class, usually.
A little warm.
Yeah.
That's through the uprights of the football field.
And that's
what would have been about a 50-yard field goal. But, Stephen, what contributes to this cool temperature is the low dew points we're experiencing tonight. The dew point is like 45. It is just beautiful out. So, and of course, yeah, for those who aren't aware of the dew points, the higher the dew point, the more humid it feels. So it's not relative to temperature. If it's under like 55, feels great outside. 55, 60, a little muggy. 60 to 65, it's pretty humid. And anything above 65 it's pretty rough.
Great headbutt by Nakai, and it's gonna be Chargers ball.
But a dew point of 45 is just remarkable.
Yes.
Out of bounds.
.45 left remaining in the first half.
And here is Urbana. Kicked away by Solovejcic, number 26. And we have a player down for Centennial. That's number 18, Sam Daniel. Didn't look like he and Magnus made a little contact there, but it didn't appear to be anything too severe. And, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but soccer is a sport of gamesmanship, Stephen. If you can sell a potential injury and slow the game down, that can be big for your team. We've seen it in the past on both sides, Urbana and for the visitors. Although it looks like he, maybe, I definitely don't want to accuse anyone of faking an injury. So
we've seen that.
Saw that against Pure Notre Dame last year, though, where it was egregious, where the Irish player, of course, being their mascot.
It stopped us from scoring.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was bad. The clock has stopped at 18:07.
You've got your Mountain Dew. I got my Dr. Pepper. That's all I need.
That we do. You're a little late getting to the park tonight here, Stephen. What was going on in Stephen Thompson's life? Yeah, he had to make a McDonald's run as well.
Yeah, I had to make a McDonald's run. But I tried to get here as fast as I could.
Well, it wasn't good enough. Yeah. I wanted to talk about this a little later, but you are a new member of the football team, joined a little late in the year, but you guys are in action against Peoria High School tomorrow night. We'll talk about this a little more later, but real quick, how do you guys think you're going to do?
Well, defense just came off a terrific game last week, but, offense, you just gotta execute. And if we execute on both sides and do our assignments instead of working on our alignments, then I think we could walk out of there with the W.
Well, we'll see. Peoria doesn't – their defense, just based on the numbers, doesn't appear to be
all that
stellar.
Good.
Yeah, they've allowed 70 points in each of their first two games. Yeah. We'll table that thought. Here's Bennett. Magnus led him a little too much. as we have 17 minutes left first half.
But man, if you guys if any of the viewers were at that Urbana and Centennial game, that's probably the best game of the year.
It was definitely the most entertaining.
Yeah, most entertaining game so far in the Champaign-Urbana area.
Yeah, the Centennial and Central haven't played a ton of close games around here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can buy that. A little frustrating that our offense couldn't get anything going, but
yeah, but Coach Walker said we're making huge improvements every game.
Yep.
And that as a rebuilding team and a new coach coming in here to change the culture, it's been great.
Oh, definitely.
It's been great.
Definitely. I mean, we'll see if they can keep building. Tomorrow's a good test.
Yes.
Great test, in fact.
Facing the defending state champions.
Yeah.
And for them to be 0-2 and we be 0-2, both coming hungry for a first win.
Oh, definitely. You get a defending state champion like Peoria. They're not trying to mess around and miss the playoffs. For sure. So they'll be hungry. But it's a good benchmark. I don't know about tomorrow. I'm a little cautious, but I definitely think that with the improvements that we've shown, we can steal a win in the coming weeks.
Yes.
On our road stand.
Yeah, and I find Urbana as a sleeping team, and hold on to that fact. Great moves.
Yeah,
by,
definitely. Bennett lost it there, but he's close to getting it back here. Won't be able to do that. It's cut off by number 7, Miguel Lemus. I'm excited to maybe accompany the football team down to Danville. And what's the other road game we've got after Peoria between?
We're on the road for 2 straight weeks, Danville and then Peoria, Notre Dame.
Okay, yeah.
And that ought to be a good one. We stuck with them last year, and then we gave it away the second half.
That was a good offensive game for our squad.
For Tyler Kybers, threw for 300-some yards.
Mm-hmm.
With, I think about 3 or 4 touchdowns. And then 2 great kick returns back-to-back by
Jamin.
Jamin. Could have been 3, but got called back.
Penalties will get you.
Yes. And that's the great thing about this year. We haven't been called for any penalties like we had last year.
Well, to be fair, we haven't made a ton of big plays to have them called back, but we'll see. An improving team, definitely a pretty young team. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how we develop in the coming years.
Yes.
And here's Centennial. 13 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Neither team has scored to this point. In what has been a largely back-and-forth affair, it seemed like Centennial had the upper hand on offense early on, but Urbana has come into their own in the last few minutes, and they've had more chances than the Chargers have had as of late.
It seems like the Chargers team's a little bit chippy towards the refs.
Everyone's always chippy towards the refs.
Man, I tell you about Chippy. Abram Washington.
Abram is a ref.
Man.
Abram's chippy to everybody.
But, man.
Abram will tee you up if you are breathing too loudly.
I experienced that this summer.
That you did. Here's Artem Burnett. Will punt it away. And a high punt. Good punt. Roman is there. And here's Urbana.
Great move by Nakai Smith.
And out of bounds off the foot of Freddie. Oh. And And up to Bennett.
And Chargers
good chance for Bennett Anderson for Urbana. Can they get on the board first? They can't. A little too high on that one from Bennett. The best chance either side has had to score to this point.
Man.
And with 11:50 left in the first half, still 2 goose eggs on the scoreboard. Defensive struggle, if you will. And here's Sam Aaron.
Ooh. Great defense.
Freddie kicks it away.
Ooh.
Yeah, the whistle's blown. Falling down is Nakai Smith. And Artem will kick it away. 10:35 left in our first half of action. A good kick from Artem. Really a solid kick. Headed away by Rodrigo, who is in the game for the first time today. His first year on the team. He's a senior. And here's Bennett. Bennett Anderson, nice moves. And Anderson will put up a shot that gets blocked.
It's nice to see Rodrigo on the soccer field.
Definitely.
He's probably been working hard.
Oh, I know Rodrigo's been working hard, and he is cherishing every moment of being on the team.
Yeah, tried out every year, but no.
And he's been set back by some injuries, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like he's just
Not
been good enough. You
exactly.
know, it's nice to see him getting some playing time. And a great teammate, great guy, really.
Yes.
You know, nothing bad at all to say about Rodrigo, and a lot of good to say about him. So. And almost a goal, nice save by Artem. And punted high by Artem. 9:10 left. And it goes out of bounds, so it will go to Centennial. Stephen, we're getting to dire straits. Both teams want to score before the half. This is where we're going to see stuff start to pick up.
Much faster pace from both teams, and just kind of.
You can feel the urgency.
Yes.
There's Diaz. Out of bounds.
Ran a ball.
And here's Parente. Parente goes to Bennett. A nice move from Anderson. It feels like we've been saying that nonstop when he touches the ball, but he really does have, I guess you'd say, handles. Would be the basketball term to apply. And Anderson almost got a leg up on that. It goes high and out of play.
And that's going to be over under the football bleachers.
Yeah, it goes behind the bleachers in McKinley Field. As the sun continues to set, it's
great view from up here on the press box.
Definitely. Feels like it just got a bit darker in these last few moments. The lights are on at Blackman Field, but I'm not sure if that's why that is.
Does it show the Centennial head coach listed? No. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. And no good.
Out of bounds. Wide left.
Artem showing off his little tricks.
And it goes. It's going to be kept in by Ambrosio. Kicked way up and.
Might be in the neighbor's yard. No.
Almost. It was stopped by a
tree.
tree. Yeah. Nearly into the neighbor's yard. .6:20 left, first half. Parente, or rather Aaron, excuse me, that was Sam Aaron. And here's Bennett.
And
goes back. High kick from their punter, from their goalie. High punt from their goalie, I guess. Coach Blackman is there to retrieve it. 5:50 left, first half.
Michael.
Kept in. Now they'll call it out of bounds. 5:35 left. And this gets to the point where we start kind of counting it down.
5:30 left remaining. First half.
Steven, I'm going to say we're going to go into the half with a scoreless tie here.
Yes.
I really don't know if either team is going to be able to mount an advantage, as this is going to be kicked into the parking lot of the Athletic Complex and Aquatic Center. Call it way back, and we're under 5.
Man, I'm just.
Diaz, a good chance, and that really was closer than I thought it would have been. If he could have just got a little higher there, kind of arced it into the
great kick
into the goal a little better. Yeah. Sam Aaron on defense will kick it away. Here's Parente.
And
Anderson.
Yep.
Centennial still gets through, and they're shut down by Freddie.
Both teams are saying no, no, no.
Here is Rodrigo. Rodrigo, almost a nice pass to Pablo.
Great defense by Parente.
Magnus, indeed.
And great D by Roman.
And Roman's going to get the ball to Bennett. And back to Minyev. Stolen away by Centennial. We're under 4 minutes left in the half.
3:54.
Here's Freddie.
Ooh. Great move.
Tripped up was Freddie, no whistle. Here's Bennett. Bennett back to Minyev, now to Parente. And here's Magnus. Magnus with a good chance. Here he's driving, finds Bennett. Bennett stumbles. It will go out.
And it will be.
That should be a corner, I think. I think it was off Centennial.
Still.
They disagree. Some good action, though, here, Steven.
Yeah, great action.
And here's Urbana. They got to play defense. Centennial, nice chance. Goes wide to the left. Artem was in the goal there, and it looks like he had his foot tangled up on the net. It was the best chance Centennial had in a while.
Yeah.
And now we're under 2.5 minutes left.
Couple substitutions, maybe.
Kicked away by Artem. Here's
Great
Freddie.
defense by Freddie.
Sam Daniel is back in the game. He was the injured player for the Chargers earlier. We're under 2 minutes, 1:45 left to go. Headed away by Centennial. Number 9, Benjamin Rowitz. And here's Parente, a good pass. Led Pablo on a bit. Diaz will catch up to it. Goes over to Logan Flessner, who will shoot and have it blocked. Trying to force his way to the ball is Lorenz Leach. Here's Parente, and that'll be gloved by the Chargers. They'll punt it away.
With 1:15 left in the first half.
Almost
Times
to a
1
minute.
9.
And it's Artem. We're under a minute to go in the first half. Great game, yeah.
Yeah, great game.
Scoreless tie to this point if you're just joining us.
This might be another version of football.
It definitely has those makings. 40 seconds left.
Pablo lost it.
And it's back to Nakai. The Tigers might have one more chance to score here. And this is it. And
We'll do it.
they've blown that. Here's, Parente will get it back. 10 seconds are left. They've really got to pick up the pace.
8.
Rodrigo with 8 seconds left now, 7 and 6. And it's Freddie who will just kind of pass it to end the first half.
0-0.
And we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half. We thank you for watching this presentation of Tigers Soccer on the Tigers Media Network. And we got you back just in time for the second half here on the Tigers Media Network. I'm Joey Wright, joined by Stephen Thompson. Stephen, a scoreless first half of action. How do you see it playing out in the second half of action?
Well, the team got to come out aggressive. And the first team to do that, I think, is going to walk out of here with a W.
Definitely. Both teams have been somewhat aggressive to this point. Man, we're both out of breath here as we start the second half.
Man.
Whew. I went up and down the ladder. There's a reason I'm on top of the press box and not on the soccer field right now, I'll tell you that. Oh, is it Centennial's ball to start the second half. Had to get my jacket because it's getting kind of chilly here in Urbana. I was told before the game that last year, one of last year's team members, Hugo Rios Neto, might be watching the broadcast. We certainly shout him out. He's back home in Brazil. So if you're watching, Hugo, we extend a hello to you. And here's Urbana. We'll throw it in. And Magnus up to Sam Arend, or rather back to Sam Arend. And Centennial's come out of the gates charging. They are the Chargers. Kicked out of bounds.
And it's over again.
And goes over the fence. Indeed it does. It's Roman up to Pablo. And here's Pablo. Pablo Diaz. Magnus Parente. Parente had a goal on Tuesday night against Uni. Out of bounds on Centennial. Real quick, a look ahead to our upcoming broadcasts as we have 37:45 left in the second half.
And
we will wait as Urbana has scored. Bennett Anderson gets the Tigers on the board first. It's 1-0.
And that's the name you've been hearing, folks, tonight is Bennett Anderson.
Bennett Anderson has indeed he's put on a ball handling clinic tonight. He's had himself a big game at this point, and he's into the score column now. Our next soccer broadcast is on Thursday the 21st against Normal West. It's 2 weeks from today. Here's Lateef Bridgewater, a good chance, and wide right. Almost had that one.
And the Tigers.
Just like that, that goal could be all they need. But you don't want to get too arrogant here with a one-goal lead because Centennial could just as easily put together a nice possession and go down and score for themselves.
Ooh.
And here's Pablo.
Great move.
Good pass. Well, it wasn't a great pass, in fact. I was a little early to call that. Headed out of bounds by Freddie. Centennial throwing it in. Header from Roman. And it's Pablo. Up to Jose. Out of bounds. I think the play went out of our field of view there, obstructed by the soccer press box. A Centennial player voiced his displeasure with the call. And Stephen, if I were you, I wouldn't jump up like that. You'll fall off the press box. Batted away by Centennial. A good chance for Urbana still yet as they headed out of the goal and kicked. I don't know where that was to.
The field goal's no good.
Yeah. I think that was Magnus who kicked it.
Wide left.
Yeah. Huh. But with a one-goal advantage, you know, it's far from over, but you can play a little more conservatively.
Oh.
And here's a good chance for Centennial to tie it up. We'll see. Number 11, Shannon Borokovic. And Centennial still yet a chance.
Oh.
Diving play by Artem that was maybe unnecessary. We'll see. Wide left for Centennial. They couldn't convert. Their best chance of the game to score. Artem made a diving play on the ball and then lost it. And, Stephen, that's got to take the wind out of Centennial's sails. You think that was a pretty good shot for him.
Yes. But great defense.
Great kick here by Artem. Falling down is Ben Rowitz. .15 left. A long way to go in the second half of action. Out of bounds, and that will go
over into the track.
The field area where they throw the shot and disc.
Yeah. Great kick. if Artem was able to kick and play soccer, do both, both football and soccer. But it is what it is, right?
That it is.
But the funny thing is, he left practice to go kick for us. And the first time I seen him kick, I was like, whoa, he has to kick for us next year.
Well, it seems like every soccer team's got one player who would go really well on a football team. For Danville, that player is Caleb Griffin. We'll see him in action when we go on the road to Danville in the coming weeks.
He has a couple of Division One looks,
including Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin. He took a college visit up there lately this summer, and he said he enjoyed it. But he said, talking to him in person, he said he's Illinois' top charts.
Okay.
I think they offered him a full ride. But he said, and funny thing is, he said he didn't know he could kick that well until his sophomore year.
Well, he's a senior with me, so yeah, he really had a breakout year last year. Also plays basketball for the Maroons and.
You mean Vikings?
For the Vikings, they wear maroon.
Yeah.
Same color. There are a lot of teams in our conference that wear maroon.
Yeah, Peoria
Central. Yeah.
Danville, Central.
Yep. 3 teams. And here's a penalty shot from Magnus Parente. We will see, and it's a little trickery here. Went to Pablo. And Parente inside. Roman couldn't quite get there. It was Centennial's goalie that reached the ball first.
That's about a
shot away. And Minyev. Out of bounds. Thrown in. Back to Minyev. And it's Diaz.
Should have brought in a jacket.
Yeah, you know, it's getting a little chilly.
Man.
Which I don't mind at all, but yeah, you and your T-shirt and shorts, probably not too happy.
No, they're not. and plus, I've been sick with sinus problems.
Okay.
The past 2 weeks,
I've had that happen before where it just won't go away.
Yeah.
Caught it really bad last fall.
Yeah, I caught it bad. It turned into me having sore body problems and then coughing. It hurts.
I have sore body problems every day. Day in the life. No, but I don't miss a lot of school, and last year I caught a bad case of the cold.
Yeah, I don't miss school at all.
Me. I don't like to miss school.
Yeah,
I don't like
me
to miss
either.
school at all. I had a good streak going. I only missed 1 day sophomore year, but
yeah, me too.
Last year I was forced to miss, and especially days I do the announcements, because the day I missed sophomore year was a Wednesday. I missed a Monday, and I missed a Wednesday and a Thursday last year. I toughed it out that Tuesday, though, even though I felt worse than I did on that Tuesday than that Monday. Those morning announcements were not easy in the slightest, but I toughed through them. Felt like I had like razor blades in my throat. It was just, oof.
Yeah, it was awful for me. Like, I could barely move. I was like, you know what, Mom, can you come get me? I was taking the test. And I was like, skip it. I can't do it.
I know it was bad because like I usually wake myself up with my own alarm and whatnot. And one morning I wasn't feeling good at all, so I slept through the alarm. My mom came downstairs, woke me up, And even after she woke me up, I went back to bed. Didn't even mean to. It was not an intentional act of me falling asleep. But and so at that point,
But what I think it is,
because I woke up sweating, and it was just
Oh.
it was this whole ordeal, and I was just like, I'm staying home today. That was the Wednesday.
Wow.
What were you gonna say?
I said I think it's like a little bug going around the school. I mean, everybody's got the same.
In fact, my brother stayed home sick today. Real quick, here's Bennett Anderson. A good chance to
And-
score.
Ooh.
Almost found the corner of the net. Couldn't quite do it. Corner of the goal. And, my brother stayed home sick today. Sore throat. So I bought him some ice cream earlier with my mom's debit card. But so I was at the store.
What kind of ice cream?
Chocolate chip cookie dough. And it goes out of bounds. It will be Urbana's ball. Kicked out of bounds. That will be Centennial's ball. 27:15 left.
Steve Waller in front of
Our athletic director there with his son down there, just beneath us. I'm sure his name isn't Little Waller.
I forget his first name.
Right.
I know it's a B.
Yeah.
There's Braxton, Braden, and the little guy down there.
Oh. Brennan.
Brennan.
There you go.
There you go.
Braden Waller's over on the football field playing.
See him.
Yeah, I see him. I see him. Yeah, we see him. Here's a good chance for Pablo Diaz real quick. Knocked down by the goalie there and kicked out of bounds under the McKinley Field seats.
You know, it's always nice to have a good relationship with your school administrators.
That it is.
Never want to be on their bad side.
No, you don't. I don't know what that is. Yeah, almost. He's close. Oh man.
Uh-oh. He might make his way up here.
As we apologize, we're watching Brennan Waller here make his way in and out of the press box.
And a shot by
Header into the goal for Pablo. He scores.
Man.
Pablo Diaz scored last Saturday, scores again to give the Tigers a 2-0 lead with 25:21 left in the second half. Pablo Diaz, that was an incredible goal there, Steven.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, if he keeps working at it, he could potentially be a Division I soccer player.
Certainly.
If not, already is.
Yeah, he's
Got one more
definitely
year.
impressing now.
Yeah. He's been. I think he started play varsity all 4 years. Well, all 3 years.
All 3
right?
years, he's a junior, yeah.
Yeah. Great contributor last year.
Definitely, and as a junior, had an off season to hone his skills a little more, and he's come out of the gate strong. It was the juniors last year that really stepped up and made the team so good.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had some big seniors, but oh, they're gonna whistle that dead. I knew the play was dead. Magnus didn't. Nearly found Bennett Anderson down there.
It's a little trash talk going on.
Yeah, it's chippy. The Centennial players, they know they're playing a good Urbana team, and they know that their chance to win is slipping. So we will,
Hold
Bennett,
that thought. No
and
good.
it's wide to the right. Yeah, you know, and when your chance to win is fleeting as theirs is, not to say they're out of the game, but you know, you've been hanging around so long, doing all you can do, and then you know, the better team pulls away. It's tough.
Great defense by Magnus. And stolen away.
Header by Parente. 23:50 on the clock. So we are not quite to the halfway point, but we're nearing that. .35 left.
Man, I should have brought a blanket, a jacket, or something. Oh,
Off the goal post. Nothing Artem could do there. I mean, he'll kick it away.
for Artem's height, he can get up.
He can. Do we have heights on the roster? We do. Artem's listed as 5'10", so yeah. Definitely gets up in the air in spite of that. Any other area football games you're interested in keeping an eye on tomorrow night, Steven?
I can check.
Well, you don't have to do that. I was just wondering.
No, but next week, another crosstown rival game, Champaign Central against Champaign Centennial. That ought to be.
That's always fun.
That ought to be a great one. But a lot of people think that Central's going to beat Centennial, and then we're going to beat Central.
Yeah. Would that make us the crosstown champs, or would
it'd be a draw?
It would be. It would be a 1-1-1 draw.
Yeah. But you know that's my goal. It's always to bring that trophy, both trophies, back to where it belongs.
We were so close against Centennial last week, man.
Yeah.
It's almost agonizing to think about.
It was a heartbreaker. I mean,
definitely
walking in the locker room, just watching the seniors' emotions. It was just hurtful. I mean, played their butts off. And it's their last time they play Champaign Central, Champaign Centennial.
You know.
Yeah, it's a rival game. You got to give it your all.
It'll be a long time before I forget Jake Luffman on the sidelines. Got hurt late in the fourth quarter. Was begging to go back in, and he made it back into the game, I believe.
Yes, he did.
But required some stitches afterwards. That's the heart you like to see from your players.
Yeah.
You know, old school mentality. Let me tough this out. Let me get back in there and show them what I got.
You know, it's. I mean, speaking of Jake Luffman, man, that kid has heart.
Oh, that he does. Great competitor, great leader for the Tigers.
Great leader, man. Leads by examples with great grades.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he always pushes the young guys to give it their all, and he'll tell you when you're messing up, without a doubt.
And of course, his brother Luke, Division I athlete.
Yep.
Committed to Illinois for wrestling a few weeks ago. So, our congratulations to him. Played soccer in his freshman year.
Played goalie for the JV squad. Ooh.
Right off of Latif there. He's all good, but talk about tough. Latif's not going to show you much hanging there. Yeah.
But also a special shout out to PE teacher Nate Watson on his first win at the STM head coach era.
As we've crossed the 20-minute threshold in the second period, yeah, Coach Watson. And, you know, what's remarkable about that is they only have 23 players on the roster. So
yeah, he said it's
off Latif again.
This week, you just got to slow down the pace and work the clock.
Yeah, I mean, not much else you can do. Young and experienced team there for STM, but they'll be strong in the future.
Yes.
Out of bounds. $19-20. Look ahead again at our upcoming broadcasts as I tried to get a look at those before our first goal of the game from Bennett. Obviously, we will be at McKinley Field tomorrow night to cover the football game that kicks off at 7 Central against Peoria. Then we're off next week. We get back to action on the 21st. That's soccer against Normal West. And then 2 homecoming week broadcasts. The 28th, that's volleyball against Normal Community and football against Central on Saturday, September 30th. I should point out volleyball on the 28th at 7 o'clock. And then football Saturday afternoon, September 30th. Noon kickoff for our homecoming game against the Maroons.
And field goal's good. That ought to be fun, but it's awkward.
It's a bit awkward having a homecoming game at noon, but I'm excited, you know?
Yeah.
At least, you know, it's not going to take us 5 hours to get ready. Might take some of the girls 5 hours to get ready, but yeah. So that'll be a time crunch for them, but yeah. Right. But the unfortunate thing is I'm going to have to go buy a new dress shirt for homecoming.
Maybe making your way to the homecoming floor?
Hey, we'll see.
Uh-oh, Joey's bringing out the moves.
Hey, we'll see about that. You know, the days of going to Chili's for homecoming are over. I'll say that. That was sophomore year, and it was a nice meal with my parents that night. Nothing against them, but I would have rather been in the Commons that night, or in the gym. I don't know where it was held that year. It's in the gym, yeah.
What year? Sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
Gym.
It would have been the gym, yeah. It's in the gym this year, so. But
yeah. Yeah, after that, being in the Commons wasn't so great because it's packed.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had fun for my first year of high school at the homecoming.
Definitely. And I like Chili's. You know,
You know that
I like Chili's a lot.
To be honest, I haven't ate Chili's, I don't think.
No? Chili's and Applebee's is the same restaurant, and no one's going to tell me they're not.
Well, I've been to Applebee's a couple times.
No, then you've been to Chili's a few times.
Yeah.
They're both good. I would eat at Chili's or Applebee's, but it's the same. Very few unique qualities to either restaurant, in my opinion.
But I think I think my favorite restaurant in town is probably Hirachi's or El Toro.
I'm a Mexican food fan.
Yeah, you know, but
I'm not a big El Toro guy. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm not. Even though I live right down the street from El Toro, I'm not. Just seems, you know. My mother once ordered a fajita from there that was dry, and I don't forget, and she doesn't forget either. So
I always get the chicken nachos with queso on top, and man, when I tell you it's delicious, but it's huge.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I think a lot of Mexican restaurants are like the same.
Yeah, I did that.
Very similar to each other.
Yeah, I did that after every. After every basketball game, El Toro was the move, as people would say.
Yeah. They open that late? Well, I thought they closed it at like 11.
Kitchen closes at 10, but you know, I went with a teammate and his family, and they're good friends with the manager.
There you go.
Yeah. So they let us stay there. I remember the first time there, I was getting a ride home. Then they asked, did I want to go out to eat? Sure, why not?
Man, can't pass that up.
And then I didn't get back home until 1-something in the morning. And my mom's like, where have you been?
Well, you got to text her, Steven. You got to let, you know.
See, at the time, my phone was dead.
Oh. Borrow someone else's phone. You gotta let mom know where you're at.
She called it. Once I get my phone charged, I get a text from everybody. Where are you at? Your mom's looking for you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God.
It was an oversight there on your part.
Well, I didn't think I was going to be out that late.
Well, she didn't think you were going to be out that late either. That's the problem. Oh man.
But, I tell her wherever I'm going now.
Oh, definitely.
Sometimes she doesn't agree with it, but, got to force your parents into letting you.
Well, I don't know about all that, but 14:20 left.
I mean, it's not safe. Sometimes you can barely walk outside just without anything happening.
It's ominous. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. 14 minutes left, second half. I gotta say the sunsets here at
Yes.
McKinley Field and the Blackman Field are just stunning. Best
Clouds,
sunsets in Urbana.
Yeah. Man, you should have seen the clouds yesterday at practice. It was like this one cloud just sticking right there. It's pretty nice.
Good chance for
And,
Centennial, and Artem saves it.
I wonder if Artem has any offers.
He's still got a little time. A lot of these players could play at the next level. D1, D2, wherever.
Ooh, good pass. Oh.
And here's Urbana. Oh. Probably get some Taco Bell before tomorrow's game. Real quick, here's Logan. And here is Jose. Stolen away.
I think I might get a Panda Express.
Man, everyone in Urbana really big on the new Panda Express.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way in Champaign or on campus no more.
Yeah, but Panda Express isn't that good.
Well,
I'm going to get lit up for saying that, but it's the truth. Centennial is now playing with a renewed sense of urgency. A good chance for them, a nice spin move there. And I think that was going to be a header for Emmanuel Mapei, but it's cut off. Now Centennial's got to remount the charge. Rack and stack and get back at it.
Man, we got to convince Jason to at least let us sit in the press box and do a broadcast.
No, it's not that cold, Steven. We've done worse. No, it's no press box.
Well,
I've done games in the snow outside.
Unless it's windy.
That soccer game, yeah. But that
soccer game my freshman year where the camera kept falling.
Yeah, we broke a camera here because the wind broke a camera. We didn't do anything wrong. No, there was a playoff game, a Central playoff game that Jason couldn't make it to my sophomore year. Central and Lincoln Way West, and it was the coldest, most frigid game I've ever been to. It was snowing, and it was just nasty. We were standing on a sheet of ice, and it was bad. And it was like 20 degrees out, and I was just standing. I was just freezing cold trying to do. I was the only one who showed up.
I think we had
it was awful.
I think me and Miller had a baseball practice at that time, and we were at the varsity's round robin.
On a broadcast. This was also in November, so there was no varsity baseball.
Oh, wait.
Ricardo did show up, but he was late. So I mean, Jason had Jason had set everything up before I got there. But he showed up about an hour before I arrived. And by the time I had arrived, the wind had blown the tarp off the soundboard, and it was like in a puddle of water, and it was the cords had all been disconnected from each other. It was a not a fun situation. In fact, the camera sustained a little damage when it fell over. Weren't able to screw it on right to the tripod. As we're just over 10 minutes left here in the second half. And to make matters worse, the game wasn't even that good. Lincoln Way West came in and
handled business.
Demolished Central.
What was the score?
I want to say like 40s to very little. That was the year that Central had a lot of success.
I think they had their best record in school. It was best school record for football. I remember that game.
They were not prepared to play in the snow.
That was the year the varsity team got smoked by Central.
Central's not all that great this year, though, so we'll see how it plays out when we play them on homecoming. Magnus, a kick all the way down to Pablo. Pablo Diaz, a good chance for him, puts it up, and it's wide to the left and high. 9 minutes left.
Yeah, 9 minutes left. You read my mind.
And the clock. Remember, it's 2-0 Urbana if you're just joining us. Tigers 2 second-half goals to give them the advantage. So Centennial trying to battle back from this deficit. The Urbana twilight sky, a rich mix of a nice cool baby blue and a nice warm kind of an orange, almost, peach sort of color there, and it's almost reminds you of an evening at the beach. Minus the ocean. There's no ocean here in Urbana. No lakefront property. Well, there's some lakefront property, I'm sure, but no oceanfront property.
Yeah. I don't think you want to be like.
No, yeah, that's if you're by the ocean right now, you better get away.
Better evac.
Better evac. Yeah, you better get far away, get far inland.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about down south or the ocean. If you're near ocean.
Definitely. And I do want to say, regarding Hurricane Irma, due to strike this weekend, I was born in Fort Lauderdale, as Jacob Arend is in the game for Urbana. I was born in Fort Lauderdale, and that's about 30 miles north of Miami. Didn't live there for more than 6 months, but we were just down there this summer again, and I know my parents still have some friends down there that we caught up with, and definitely don't want to see anything happen to them. So definitely encouraging everyone in Fort Lauderdale and Miami, South Florida, the whole area, just to stay safe and get through it. Yeah. It's definitely sad to see all the destruction that Irma's projected to cause, and
it's a Category 5.
Category 5 right now, rolling through the Bahamas.
Wow.
And or the Caribbean, not the Bahamas. Well, maybe it's the same.
That's my dream place dream vacation.
Not gonna be much of a vacation anymore. I joke, but it's definitely a serious situation that it's tough to see. And then my heart's out to all the victims of Harvey, even though that's kind of...
Yeah, my cousins and them were slightly hit.
Yeah, definitely. Just stunning to see all the damage there. Here's Pablo. Jacob Arend a chance. And the play was blown dead. I would have liked to see Jake score a goal there.
Is he in your grade?
He is. He and Sam are twins. I always call Jacob the better Arend. But no, he and Sam are both friends. Kicked high into the air. It's been a good year to be a Hurricane, though. Lots of them popping up now. Here's Pablo. Will stop his pursuit as the play is blown dead. Five minutes left in the second half.
And this clock is flying by. I remember last time it was a little bit chillier than this. It was a girls' soccer game, and it took forever. Might have been a girls' home opener against STM.
That was a cold one.
Yes.
A very chilly one. Here's Minyev. Urbana's still pressing, still trying to get a few goals up. We're under 5 minutes left, 4:30 to go. Urbana's up 2-0. Centennial player gets megged by Pablo. Here's Parente. Nice move. And here's Pablo again.
He should have finished that.
Here's Logan. Urbana not pressing harder than they have to. 3:45 left.
Oh!
Parente. Here goes Urbana. He's going to try and do it himself. Can't do it, and it goes out of bounds.
Man, what a...
Steven, you're up here acting like the game's in jeopardy here, like they needed that goal.
No, I seen a move by Magnus.
Oh, wasn't that nice of a move?
Yeah.
It was a nice move, but...
He made him fall. Man, great move by Magnus. Just couldn't finish it. And Bennett Anderson comes back into the game.
And Jacob Aaron, it's saved by Centennial.
Almost.
Good punt. Kicked up by Magnus to Nagai. Headed up to Jake Aaron. Jacob Aaron now to Pablo, goes across the pitch. And good kick from Sam Aaron. Now it's Jacob Aaron pursuing the ball. 2 minutes and 20 seconds are left. And here's Bennett Anderson. Up to Pablo. Pablo Diaz. He's going to get the ball as the play is whistled dead. Yep. And the clock continues to run. 2:05 left in regulation and likely the game. Sam Daniel. Here goes Bennett. Bennett has a chance to score, and Bennett Anderson wide to the left, just barely. And it remains 2-0.
Hate to say it, this might be in the books, Joey.
I don't hate to say it because we're winning.
Well, you know, just you don't want to be, don't want to judge it early because you never know what happens.
Oh, that's why you hate to say it.
Yeah. Just reminds me of a
Magnus falls down. Play doesn't stop. Yep, play does stop. Minute 10.
Reminds me of a NCAA tournament basketball game where a team came back from 12 in like 40-some seconds.
I remember that. That was Texas A&M and
Northern
Iowa. Yep. Oh, and it's a goal for Centennial. All right. Hopefully we didn't judge it too soon. Nothing Artem could have done there. He just couldn't quite jump high enough. Centennial cuts the lead in half late. I guess that changes things. It's 2-1. So now it just takes one more push for Centennial to mount a run. Bennett Anderson will start with it for Urbana. What do you do here, Steven?
Well,
Magnus tries to kick it deep. Pablo will come over, almost got to it. Centennial struggling with it here. They kick it out of bounds. That's Urbana's ball. Bennett Anderson takes it to the sideline, throws it to Jacob Aaron, who will throw it inbounds. Short little throw to Pablo. Pablo guarded heavily, out of bounds on Centennial. Pablo will throw it in. No, you will hand it off to Jacob, who will throw it in. Under 30 seconds left, 28 left in the game. Bennett Anderson with a chance, and Anderson will score! Puts the Tigers back up by 2 and puts the game away with 20 seconds left.
Folks, there you have it. Bennett Anderson.
Anderson with his second goal of the evening. 19 seconds left on the board. The Tigers back up 3-1.
Now they matched the JV scores.
That they did, and you know, Steven, it was Centennial scared us a little bit there, but we got it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's Centennial. They need to execute perfectly to have a chance to win. They don't. Sam Arend.
That's
to
going to be it.
Freddie, and this game is
Over.
all but over. 3 seconds left. 2-1, and the game ends. The Paw Pack goes wild. Urbana has come out of here with a win, 3-1. Steven, your final thoughts on this contest?
Well, like I said, the first team who strikes first in the second half is probably going to come out of here with the W. And the Tigers struck first, and they play hard and came out here with the W.
For Centennial, it was too little too late. The Tigers remain undefeated. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night as the Tigers battle the Lions of Peoria Central High School on the gridiron. That game starts at 7 o'clock. For our whole crew, Jason Liggett, Jenna Horner, Stephen Thompson, I'm Joey Wright. We thank you for watching this presentation of Tigers Soccer on the Tigers Media Network. Tigers win 3-1.
Go Tigers.